It is Friday Eve. Happy Thursday, January 25th. I'm Kimberly Pro. In the studio with me today is the wonderful and fabulous Ross Leonhardt. And boy, do we have a first hour for you. In this first hour, we talk sustainability with the town of Avon. Plus, I had a conversation with film producer Francis A. Kahlo. And Ross is going to be in the hot seat today, so it's going to be a fun one. Hour one of Good Morning Vail starts right now.
Things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Good morning, Vail. Welcome into the TV8 Weather Center, where we have a chilly morning to start the day today on Thursday, Friday Eve, like Kim said. 20 degrees at 8 a.m. to start today. We'll reach a high of 35 and a chance of evening snow showers, a 20% chance. So we'll be keeping our eyes open with a nearly full moon and hopefully some snowfall this evening. Again, 20 degrees to start the day, partly cloudy at 8 a.m., reaching a high of about 32 at 4 p.m. Mostly cloudy throughout the day before that snow hopefully starts falling this evening. About 27 degrees at 8 p.m. and we are looking out for some fresh snow. Into the I-70 corridor, Eagles got a high of 36 degrees today. Avon a high of 36 degrees today as well, with a chance of snow there in Avon as well in Vail, who will have a high of 35. Denver a high of 52 today. A whopping beautiful sunny day on the Front Range, it looks like. Tonight, temperatures drop down to a low of 18, and again, a 20% chance of snow showers. Some slight winds from the west at 5 to 10 miles per hour, nothing too crazy. Looking into the rest of the weekend, snow into tonight and into Friday for hopefully a snowy weekend before the sun comes back out for a mostly sunny Saturday and Sunday. Highs in the 30s and 40s this weekend, and to start next week, another mostly sunny day on Monday with a high of 44 and Tuesday a high of 46. So enjoy the snow if it comes in today or tonight, because we are looking at some sun for the next couple days. Looking at the Beaver Creek snow report, 1 fresh inch reported in the last 24 hours, bringing the season total to 134 inches and a base depth of 43 inches. So our base is finally getting there. Beaver Creek is operating 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. with 25 lifts open and 157 trails, and that's about 70% terrain, so still more to come. I'm hearing that Stone Creek Chutes might be opening very soon up at Beaver Creek. Vail Mountain's got no new snow to report, but 164 inches total this season and a base depth of 60. So rocking and rolling at Vail, operating 8:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. with 30 lifts, 274 trails, and that's 98% of terrain open at Vail. Vail was rocking and rolling yesterday. I was out at Blue Sky, Kim, and it's looking pretty good over there.
It looks great, and you also hit the Minturn Mile yesterday,
too. The Minturn Mile yesterday, yeah.
Lots of fun. I haven't done that yet, so you'll have to take me out, and we'll do it.
Sure,
We're going to rip it.
But,
you know, Kevin and I were talking yesterday. We're throwing a 100% party when Vail opens all of their terrain.
Oh, I like that. I like that.
We keep saying that. I don't know if Danielle will let us, but we're going to try.
It's coming soon. We'll see what this next storm kind of does.
It's true. It's good to see 1 inch fall, because I don't like seeing zeros on the snowfall.
No, definitely not. But it'll be good. It looks like we'll have some sunny days too, so you know Vail's kind of known for those classic sunny days, so some good conditions coming up.
Yeah, make sure you wear your sunscreen on the lower half of your face if you don't have a beard like you do. But you know, it's going to be a fun first hour because you are in the hot seat, and so we're going to get to know Ross a little bit better. I'm sure those of you that are around town know him, but let's dig a little deeper.
I love it.
So grab that coffee, and we will be right back after this.
Join us on board the Leadville Railroad Winter Express. Stay cozy in our heated lounge cars. Marvel at the stunning winter landscape. Sip delicious hot chocolate. Don't forget to check out our new specials. Book today at leadvillerailroad.com.
Hi, it's Julio from TV8 Vail. Do you ever wonder why our tagline is "There's more for you on 92"? Because we're always bringing you more. More Good Morning Vail from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. all year long. More local coverage with Vail Vibes and Covered Bridge on TV8. More opportunities to participate with new roundtable panels on Mountain Perspectives and our new Spanish programming block coming this fall. Find us on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92, on YouTube, or our website at tv8vail.com.
For TV8 in Vail, I'm Avisha Scarborough at the Gerald R. Ford Amphitheater. We'll see you next time. Hi friends, welcome to a little behind the scenes. I'm Avisha Scarborough, and I'm so excited to be part of the team at TV8 in Vail. I love the outdoor lifestyle here, I love the arts and culture, and I love being part of this community. My show is called Vail Vibes with Avisha, where I tell you about all the amazing activities going on here in Vail and surrounding areas all year round.
Good morning, Vail.
So if you've been following along this week, it has been get to know your hosts, because we interview people, but nobody interviews us. So I'm sitting here on the couch today with Ross to find out all about who Ross Leonhardt is. Ross, are you excited about this?
This is going to be great. I'm usually the one asking the questions, so this will be a lot of fun.
You know, it's lots of fun. So I just want to get started. Let's talk about, how did you end up here at TVA Vail?
Oh, so wow, yeah. So I've been in the Valley for 12 years. Kind of took 4 months this summer off, and was looking for something to do, kind of the next chapter in life and what I wanted to do. And the kind folks here at TVA reached out, and it's a great pairing. It's just a perfect match for me. So yeah, decided to get back to work this winter and doing this, and a little snowboard instructing and a little writing. So yeah, I love it. Right next to where I live, right here in Avon. So it's just a beautiful studio and great people. So it just seemed like a perfect fit.
Yeah. So have you always been interested in on-camera work, or you have a degree in journalism? Tell me about that.
Yeah. So I'm a storyteller and a storyteller at heart. Usually I'm behind the camera asking questions and writing stories and stuff. I have done my snowboarding videos where I have a GoPro on a selfie stick, so I'm in front of a camera that way. A little different than this, kind of a little more staged here, but whereas when I'm out on the mountain with my GoPro, it's a little different. But yeah, just love storytelling, love visual arts and photography, and just telling this community story.
I love that. So Colorado_living_on the hill. So tell me about your Instagram profile, because you have a lot of followers. You put out some really great content. I'm always trying to figure out which one you are in your videos, which is probably the guy holding the camera, but tell me all about it.
Oh yeah, so it just kind of came along as a way for me to reach a larger audience with the stories I tell. So it's been 12-year project and a lot of fun, a labor of love. But you'll see a lot of me on there. You'll see a lot of my friends. Luckily, I've been riding with the same crew for 10 plus years, so we really know each other. So some of those videos you see, it's because we know each other so well and we ride so much, so we're able to get some cool shots. But it's everything from snowboarding videos. I like to keep my stories active, let people know where I am. I like to promote local businesses through my Instagram. And promote some of our friends' businesses too. But it's a lot of fun. I mean, we live in such a beautiful place. It's so easy to take photos and videos, so it's kind of naturally comes.
Every time you post, I'm always like, oh, where is he now? And I'm starting to like see the same handful of people in your videos.
That's it.
You know, recognizing the jackets. One day I'll meet the guy behind the orange and gray jacket.
That's it. Yeah, exactly. And you'll notice I show a lot of my feet to start. I like to kind of show where your feet take you. So that's kind of my messaging there, is where my feet are taking me. Yeah, there's some of my posts. We've got a lot of white photos and videos in there. So a lot of times I'll turn the camera on my friends. Sometimes I'll turn the camera back on myself. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. A lot of tree runs, a lot of Beaver Creek, a lot of Vail. So yeah, it's a lot of fun, that Instagram page.
Like you can see, like, you take people on a journey on the mountain where they wouldn't necessarily go.
Exactly.
You know,
yeah.
like from the eyes and the perspective of a local.
For sure.
Yeah. So do you have a favorite area to film? Or
Yeah,
is it just kind of where the stash is?
For me, I'm a big tree rider. I love riding in the trees. It's just kind of how I learned. There's no feeling like it. A lot of people don't go in the trees, so you can find some really good snow. But so yeah, one of my favorite things is to do kind of like this follow cam, like this one right here, following my buddy Zane. He's in town from Australia. So this is one of my favorite kind of things, is just a follow cam, show people what it kind of looks like. Sometimes I have the GoPro on a selfie stick, so this one's on a selfie stick kind of turned around. The video I posted yesterday, I was just holding that camera in my hand. So it's just been 12 years of holding a camera, always having it on me. GoPro is a great brand. Get great shots like this. Very easy to get it onto your phone and into Instagram or other social medias. So yeah, this is definitely kind of my favorite. People kind of come along for the ride in videos like this.
That's
yeah.
great. Well, I just invested in an Insta360. So are we
Awesome.
going to compete against each
Yeah,
other? Or
awesome,
you'll have
yeah.
to take me on some of those runs and we'll try it out together.
Yeah, that's what's cool about living here, is we have so many kind of great local influencers, right? Like people that kind of tell the local story. So not saying I'm an influencer by any means, but yeah, it's just kind of great to tell the stories out here.
I'd say you have some pull in the valley for sure.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
So let's talk about, where are you from? Where'd you grow up?
Yeah, so I'm from Maryland originally. My dad was French, so I got a little French in me. Yeah, so moved out here February 2012 on Super Bowl Sunday, packed up my car and left Maryland. So got a job at the newspaper. Didn't know anything about Vail, didn't know what a back bowl was. My favorite story is my uncle and aunt kind of met here and got married, so they know the area. And I called my uncle one night at like 10 o'clock at night and told him I was in the back bowls, you know, having a beer in the back bowls. So he said, what are you doing out there at 10 p.m.? It should be closed. I was at the back bowl in Eagle, the bowling alley. So like I didn't know the terminology, I didn't know much. But what was great about working at the newspaper is I got to tell stories, meet people, learn the valley. So over those 10 years, I really got to learn it here. But yeah, from Maryland originally, not really looking back, just kind of missed the people and the seafood back there, but pretty stuck here coming up on my 12-year anniversary.
I'm also a East Coast to West Coast gal, and yeah, I miss the seafood too.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't beat a Maryland crab for sure.
Yeah, I'm that weird guy that learned snowboarding at Beaver Creek, and this is what I know. So I'm that weird guy that wants to go back to the East Coast to see what it's like over there. But everyone's like, no, you don't want to go back to the East Coast. But yeah, I kind of want to go back home and see what it was all about.
My brother and I did a day at Snowshoe, West Virginia. Wonderful resort on the East Coast if that's all you can do, but it is definitely much more icy than it is
a little
here.
different, a little different. So yeah, yeah, love all my friends. I kind of got people all over the country and the world at this point, friends and family. So always trying to travel and see everyone.
Love that. So let's talk about favorite hobbies outside of snowboarding. What else do you like to do?
Man, I love winter because it's the one hobby, right? It's just, what are we wearing? What are we doing? It's so easy. In the summer, I like to golf, hike, camp, get on the river every now and then. Yeah, it's just kind of eating, sleeping, and snowboarding for me in the winter. Little video games here and there. Not a big kitchen person, as you've learned. Yeah, it's just it's kind of head down in the winter and snowboard season for me.
Are you a Call of Duty guy?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
How did I know?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I love that. So let's talk about favorite movies. Do you have a favorite movie?
Oh man, no, but the one I've been watching recently is Heavyweights. If anyone hasn't seen that one or not seen that one for a while, I've been watching it on Disney Plus and watching Heavyweights.
That's
here
a
and there.
great movie.
That just comes top of mind. But yeah, big comedy guy
Okay.
for my movies mostly. Yeah.
Awesome. What about music? What's your favorite genre?
Listen to everything. So I love music, right? It's kind of like that soundtrack to our life, right? So when you're walking into work or you're making your coffee in the morning, like if you have a song on, it can really change your mood, right? So big advocate for music, especially while snowboarding. I love kind of listening to music, listen to everything from rap to kind of like dance music, some classical music. I love a good horn. So yeah, I'm kind of all over the place with music.
Awesome. Well, we're going to play quick this or that. You already rapid fire,
Let's
don't
do it.
think?
Let's do it.
Here we go. Coke or Pepsi?
Coke.
Okay. Mountains or beach?
Mountain.
Obvious. Books or movies?
Movies.
Chocolate or vanilla?
Chocolate.
Hot or cold coffee?
Hot.
Football or basketball?
Football.
College or pro?
Pro.
All right. Sweet or salty?
Sweet and salty.
Tricky one there. Ariana Grande or Taylor Swift?
Oh God. Oh man. Neither really, but I guess T Swift. She's hot right now.
All right. Chiefs or anyone else at the Super Bowl?
Niners.
Niners. All right. Let's go. Jay-Z or Lil Wayne?
Lil Wayne.
PB or J or grilled cheese?
Grilled cheese.
Playlist or podcast?
Playlist.
Beef or chicken?
Beef.
Pool or lake?
Lake.
Text or call?
Text always.
Love or money?
Well, in my situation, is there a third option maybe?
Both.
Is there another one out there? I don't know. Probably looking for both right now. Yeah.
All right. East or west?
West.
All right. Euro trip or the Caribbean?
Euro trip.
Awesome. Well, Ross, it's so much fun getting to know you. I love the rapid fire. I love all of the stuff that you post on Instagram. So clearly I'm learning all about the mountain just by watching your Insta. So now we actually have to shred together.
Yeah, for sure. One day soon.
Awesome. Well, Ross, I'm glad you're here. Glad to have you on the team and glad to be sitting on the couch with you today.
Pleasure joining you, Kim. I feel like we're always together here. So
it's a
always
great
look
time.
forward to it.
Great time. Now, we'll be back with more in this first hour. So stay tuned and we'll be right back.
Good morning, Vail.
Each week on the Tech Show, you can look forward to the latest in technology and how you can use it too. We'll also chat with leading experts and you'll find out if the latest gadget will take my money or not. Don't miss the Tech Show. Tech your local listings.
Thank you for watching Good Morning Vail. Have an amazing day. Get on out there, soak up that sunshine. We'll see you tomorrow right here for more Good Morning Vail. Bye, everyone. Hi, I'm Gretchen Bleshaw. You might recognize me from the Glitz and Glam with Gretchen. Maybe you hear my voice on the radio from time to time or see me out at a concert or two. I love concerts. If you see me out, the long mermaid hair, I'm almost 6 foot tall. It's hard to miss. Come and say hi, give me a high five, and make sure to watch me right here on TV8.
My name is Tyler Alvarez. I work here at Sweet Basil in Vail. I'm a bartender here. I originally came to Vail to snowboard. I slept on my sister and my cousin's couch for what was supposed to be a week, turned into 2 months, and then I found my own spot, and then kind of made friends and worked different places in the valley and kind of just fell in love with it more and more every single day, and ended up finding my way to Sweet Basil through some friends who worked here and all the great things that I heard about it. And yeah, I've been here for 4 years now. It's hard to wake up in Vail and be upset when you look outside. It's just beautiful. My favorite part about working at Sweet Basil is definitely that I could be proud about everything that we're putting out, whether it's food, drinks. We also get to be really creative here. The bartenders, the whole team here, we workshop our menus every season, so we'll start with a spirit or an ingredient, and then we get to be really creative and make a whole project of it. And then when we get the final product, it's a drink that we're all really proud of for the whole menu, and that's super fun, just being able to be creative and work with new things. And The most fun cocktails to make, though, are definitely the ones that we get to create from scratch. When people take a sip and say, oh my God, this is delicious, or they just love it. And that's probably the most fun for me, the creativity behind it and making unique cocktails. That, for me, that would be the most fun drink to make, just the one that you start from scratch and then people are excited about. I'm Tyler, I live and work in Vail. Come see me at Sweet Basil.
Good morning, Vail.
It's Thursday. That means we've got a sports update. Robbie talks all about the things that are happening at Battle Mountain High School versus Eagle Valley for both boys and girls basketball. Let's take a look.
All right, thanks for joining us. So we had a classic matchup on the hardwood as Eagle Valley made the trip over to Battle Mountain High to take on the Huskies.
Battle Mountain High boys basketball was coming off a 2-game skid and looking to turn it around against the rival school. 2 players hit the deck, giving Cooper Skidmore the open look. He takes the 3 and nails it to get the Huskies on the board. Eagle Valley now with the ball. Parker Newbanks takes the 3 and nails it for the Devils to tie this game up at 3 apiece. Devils back with the ball. Dylan Zollard drives straight to the basket, lays it up, and it is good for Eagle Valley. On the other end, Skidmore takes it straight to the basket and scores big for the Huskies. Battle Mountain now back with it. Blake Roberts goes straight to the basket and gets this one to go as well for the Huskies. Under the basket, it's Elias Pina, and he'll get the contested reverse layup to drop in for the Devils. Battle Mountain will have it stolen away, and Jonah Medina will get the bucket to go for the Devils. Before time expires, Eagle Valley takes a shot. It's no good, but gets cleaned up by Tyler Bates, and the Devils are starting to feel themselves. Eagle Valley will go on to get the win over Battle Mountain, beating the Huskies 58-44.
Battle Mountain High and Eagle Valley High girls basketball also squared off on the hardwood, and we got those highlights for you now.
Battle Mountain girls basketball was on a 3-game skid and looking to turn it around against their rivals. However, Eagle Valley wasn't going to make it easy as the Devils have been playing hot lately. The Devils taking the ball down the court, and Josie Fitzsimmons will drive straight to the basket and secure the bucket for Eagle Valley. Battle Mountain will have it taken away by Addie Mandenville, who goes straight to the rack and earns another Devils 2 points. Eagle Valley coming into enemy grounds and looking tough on the hardwood. The Huskies now on the attack. They lose possession, but Isabel Zastra will recover and nail the shot from mid-range to end an Eagle Valley run. But the Devils will snap back into action as Abby Talbot pulls up and gets this one to drop in from close range. However, on the other end, the Huskies will find a wide open Anna Glass, who has all the time on her side, and she nails the 3 for Battle Mountain. On the other end, Zakiya Sharif gets the rock and puts it into the basket on the quick catch and shoot. Then with 2 defenders on her, Sydney DeTrolio will pass it away, get it back, and put it up into the basket for another Devils 2 points. Eagle Valley girls basketball travels to Edwards and gets the job done as they beat Battle Mountain 46-22.
Over at Vail Christian, the boys basketball team has a new head coach at the helm, and here's our first conversation with the new head coach of Vail Christian basketball, Andrew Newman. So we're with the new head coach of Vail Christian basketball, Andrew Newman, and Coach, you got a new season in front of you. What's kind of the expectation there?
Well, it's really hard to say right now. We're a very green, very young team, but we're super excited. A lot of great kids, a lot of work ethic going on, a lot of effort going in, so we'll see what happens.
Okay, and I was telling you this earlier when we were chatting just a minute ago, but you know, you guys may be a newer team, but it seems like the chemistry is already there. Do you feel like you guys already kind of have that camaraderie on the team?
Yeah, for sure. A couple of the seniors in particular are doing a great job leading us, so they're building that chemistry from the top down, and then the younger guys in each of those classes, there's a couple kids that are really leading their classes, so I'm really happy to see this early in the season, this kind of chemistry.
Okay, in what ways will those seniors come together? You mentioned you have 3, Jack Pryor, Will Newman. How do you think those guys are going to kind of come together and lead this team this season?
Well, they're going to have to really put in a lot of effort on the court, probably getting a lot of minutes out there. Hopefully everybody stays healthy, but it's more their leadership off the court that matters. They're doing a great job really leading these guys and building that chemistry, especially encouraging the younger guys. You know, when you're new to high school basketball or it's your first time on varsity, there's a lot you got to learn. There's a huge learning curve, and those guys are doing a great job encouraging the younger players.
And you may be new to the head coaching role, taking over the helm of this Vail Christian program, but you're not new to the team by any standard. You've been here 2 years, got the torch passed over you from Coach Coombs. What was that moment like to be kind of handed the role of this program that's been successful in his 23 years here, to be that guy that he wanted to take over the helm?
Yeah, that was a huge honor. Really grateful for everything that he's done for this school and for this program. I mean, like you said, 23 years, he's built a winning culture, a winning program, a great chemistry. We're going to be keeping a lot of the things that he did and just try to build on the great foundation he's already created.
Okay, and you mentioned, you know, not a lot's going to change. That winning culture is hopefully going to stick around too with you at the helm. But what things may change under your leadership?
We're going to keep trying to maintain a pretty high tempo. You know, this valley is a valley that has a lot of great athletes. We've got a lot of great athletes on this team, so can work really hard to keep pushing the tempo and you know, really working to have a high character team that in everything we do, we're trying to reflect the values of this school.
Okay, and you mentioned you got a scrimmage with Battle Mountain coming up. Obviously, that's an exhibition game against, you know, another Valley team, so you probably want to do pretty well in that matchup. But what kind of makes that a good game from y'all, how you show up against Battle Mountain?
Well, it's going to be interesting because we're only going to have about 6 practices with this green group of guys before we hit that scrimmage. So we're still learning each other's names, let alone all the offenses, defenses. So a lot of it's just going to be going out there and playing good basketball. It is fun, though, to be playing inter-valley teams. A lot of these guys play together in the off season, so they all know each other. And so what's really fun is those friendships, knowing the coaches, knowing the guys, the friendships off the court, and then you get on the court, all of a sudden, game's on. It's competition. And even though in a scrimmage, you know, you're not supposed to keep score, I can promise you, every one of our guys, they're going to know the score in their own heads. So we'll have a good time.
And speaking about playing, you know, inter-valley teams, you guys play Vail Mountain School twice a year. That's the big rivalry in this valley for y'all. What's it going to be like, you think, just getting on the court as the head coach of this team and playing them this year for your first time at the helm?
Yeah, this year we're going to be playing them at their gym. Their gym is always packed. It's a tight gym. It'll be a full house, I'm sure. And like you said, it's an in-valley competition, so this should be a really good time. This is going to be a tough game. They always play a tough game. They're a very well-coached team. They're very strategic in the way they play the game, so it's going to be a really tough game for sure.
How have you kind of grown to appreciate this rivalry between Vail Christian and Vail Mountain School in your 2 years prior to taking over this team?
Well, it's always one of the games we have circled on our calendar, and I'm sure they do as well. It's just a good time. I mean, off the court, you want to be able to say you won that game this year, you know, so they'll have a great program. They always have a great program. Hopefully we'll be strong as well, and it should be a really tight game.
Okay, and you mentioned Plateau Valley this season as being a big contender. Obviously, you may have a little bit of a sour taste in your mouth after last season, but what are you looking to get out of that matchup this year with them?
Well, we're going to learn a lot where we stand. They're third game of the season, so we have the home opener, and then we've got them on the 5th of December. And as you mentioned, they beat us twice in a row last year, 2 out of 3 games in a row. So that'll be a really tough team. They've got most of their starting lineup returning from that state team that went to state last year, and it'll be a really good way for us to find out, you know, where we stand compared to the rest of the conference, and where we stand even in terms of being a potential state contender.
Mm-hmm. And this may be the hardest question I ask you all day, but if you could just narrow it down, what do you think you're looking forward to the most in this new season?
Wow. I just honestly enjoy being on the court with these guys. I mean, it's an awesome group of guys. I've mentioned I grew up in a gym basically with my dad being a coach, and so the chance just to be in the gym with a great group of guys, obviously the competition, doing a little bit of mentoring along the way, and I hope we get a couple wins as well. That'd be great.
Awesome. Thanks, Coach. Anything you want to add?
No, just grateful for the opportunity.
All right, thank you.
Awesome, thank you.
Well, CU women's basketball has certainly had an impressive season so far this year, and here's a little look at what head coach J.R. Payne and the team were thinking ahead of the 2023-24 year. Back-to-back trips to the big dance confirm head coach of CU women's basketball J.R. Payne is no stranger to success. Now she enters her 8th season at the helm in Boulder. What have you learned in these past 8 years that you can't wait to implement the most into a new season?
Great question. I mean, I think early on we learned it's really important to be just true to who you are and what you want to be about. And so we've worked really hard to recruit the type of players that we want to be around, kids that are blue collar, hardworking, tough, do their job, be a great teammate. And so that hasn't really changed for us. You know, now that we've really locked into that in the past many years, we've created a culture where we are those things.
Coming off a run to the Sweet 16, Payne's team returned some of the best talent in the conference. She believes preseason all-conference players Jalen Sherrod and Quay Miller will set the tone.
I would say that nobody in the world has higher expectations of ourselves than we do. Like I said, our veterans do a great job of making sure that we're holding ourselves to the standard that we believe we're capable of.
Payne's confidence runs high for the season, which entails a tough non-conference schedule, beginning with the reigning national champions. But the Buffaloes team is hungry for the challenge.
When you look at how tough our schedule is, that tells you how I feel about our team, and our readiness to compete. We talked to our veterans about some of the games that were, put in front of us, and our veterans said, absolutely, we want these games, and so they wanted to be challenged in that way. We'll be prepared.
Make sure to continue keeping up with us as we're going to give you all the latest sports coverage continually here in the Valley and beyond. We'll see you next time.
Good morning, Vail.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Familia, estamos muy emocionados de por fin presentarles nuestro nuevo programa completamente en español, Conexión Latina, que se estrena este lunes 21 de agosto a partir de las 7 de la tarde. Por el momento, el programa se transmitirá los lunes, miércoles y viernes de 7 a 7 y media de la tarde, con una repetición de 7 y media a 8, así que no hay excusas para perdértelo. Te recuerdo que puedes sintonizar nuestra programación a través del canal 92 de Comcast, nuestra página web tva8.com y nuestra página de Facebook TV8 Conexión Latina. Acompáñanos en esta nueva aventura llena de información y entretenimiento local. No te lo pierdas.
Well, Archer and I are going to get headed on further down the trail, but I hope you'll catch up with us a little bit later. Hi, I'm Ben Roof, and I'm one of the new hosts here at TV8. I'm so excited to share all of my explorations throughout the Vail Valley with my dog Archer, where we'll be taking you to hiking trails, biking trails, maybe we'll go rafting, fishing, or whatever else we can come up with. I'm so excited to share all of that with you in my new segment, Outdoor Adventures. Don't forget to catch up with us every day right here at TV8 Vail or at tva8vail.com, because there's always more for you on 92.
Do you have an interesting hobby or skill you'd like to share for Vail Valley? We want to hear from you. We're looking for people to share their musical, artistic, culinary, woodworking, athletic, or technical talents on Good Morning Vail. If you'd like to share your talents with the community, email Danielle at tva8vail.com. Join the community conversation. There's more for you on 92.
Join us on board the Leadville Railroad Winter Express. Stay cozy in our heated lounge cars. Marvel at the stunning winter landscape. Sip delicious hot chocolate. Don't forget to check out our new specials. Book today at leadvillerailroad.com.
Good morning, Vail.
Good morning, Vail. Welcome into the TV8 Weather Center. A chilly morning to start this Thursday, 20 degrees at 8 a.m. We'll see a high of about 35 and a chance of some evening snowstorms. So do those snow dances, wash those vehicles, whatever you got to do to make it snow. We're looking for a snowstorm tonight. Some slight winds from the west, 5 to 10 miles an hour, nothing too crazy. Looking at the hourly temperatures today, Thursday, again, 20 degrees, 8 a.m., partly cloudy to start the day. And then temperatures will reach about 31 at noon and 32 at 4 before dropping back down and welcoming in some snow. A mostly cloudy day today, so bundle up, be prepared. And looking into the I-70 corridor, Eagle is looking at a high of 36 degrees today. Avon, a high of 36 with a chance of snow tonight as well. and Vail a high of 35 and a 20% chance of snow this evening. Denver having a warm day at 52 degrees, a beautiful day on the Front Range. Tonight, temperatures drop down to 18 degrees with that chance of snow showers. We're looking at a pretty full moon too, so we'll see if we can get some beautiful views of the stars and the moon with some snow. Looking into the next couple of days, snow tonight into tomorrow before a mostly sunny weekend. Temperatures in the low 30s on Saturday and the low 40s on Sunday. Lows in the teens and the low 20s as well this weekend. So quite a variable weekend ahead, but mostly sunny. Great day to get out on the mountain. And heading into next week, we'll have some sun to start the week as well. Looking at the snow report, Beaver Creek has 1 fresh inch this morning, bringing that season total to 134 inches and a base depth of 43 inches. And you know we're all about that base snow treble. Beaver Creek operating 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. right now with 25 lifts open, 157 trails, and that's 70% of terrain. We're keeping our eyes peeled for Stone Creek chutes up at Beaver Creek to open for the season. Vail Mountain, no new snow reported, but 164 inches total with a base depth of 60 inches. So really rocking and rolling over there. Lift hours 8:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Vail's working with 30 lifts open, 274 trails, and that is 98% of terrain. Conditions are very good out there right now. Definitely want to get out this weekend, if not for some powder today and tomorrow. Up next, we're going to check in with Kevin, who met with the town of Avon to talk about some sustainability measures happening in the town.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. We live in such a wonderful community. There's always something that we need to focus on to take care of, whether it's a local, national, or global issue. And I'm here with Sarah Smith-Himes with the town of Avon. Now, Sarah, you've been in the Valley a while, and you've held a number of positions with the town of Avon. You want to talk about a few of those?
Well, I was elected. I was on the Avon Town Council for 8 years, 4 of those as mayor. And we were very proactive about climate action initiatives. So once I was term limited and I finished in December of 22, and we'd made so many climate action initiatives a priority that they asked me to help them part-time. We do have a full-time sustainability coordinator, but they asked me to help part-time to sort of get some of these other projects rolling.
Right, and that's what's really nice about our community is we are so environmentally focused. Sustainability is at the forefront of everything we're doing, whether you're talking about recycling or the plastic bag initiatives that are in town. But we're going to talk about something a little bit different today, and that's idling.
Exactly.
And where does this come from? Why is there now a focus on idling?
So we've done a lot of community surveys to see how people feel about climate action, and everybody is concerned about it. I mean, the numbers are amazing on our surveys. And lots of people want to know what they can do that's easy to do. And one of the lowest hanging pieces of fruit that people can do is to not idle their car when the car isn't moving. And so we didn't pass an ordinance about it. We do have a recycling ordinance where you're required by law to recycle, but we decided not to do that with idling. We decided it was better to just do an education and awareness campaign. Because there's so many myths about idling. Lots of people just forget to turn their car off, me included. You hop in your car, you turn it on, you start looking at your phone.
Right.
So part of it is just people don't think about it. So we're trying to get people to be aware of it and understand the myths behind idling.
Right.
So some of the myths are, for example, a lot of people think it's better to keep your car running, that you're going to use more gas if you turn your car off and on. The science says that if you turn your car off, if you idle for more than 10 seconds, you're going to use more fuel and you're going to create more emissions than turning your car on and off. Emissions from idling are really detrimental. They're detrimental to the air that we breathe, especially for children. It adds to greenhouse gas emissions, and of course that's what we're fighting, climate change. It's a total waste of money. The amount of money that people waste, in every minute that you idle, you can waste up to a half a gallon of gas. So part of what we're trying to help people understand is that it's not good for your car. In fact, the car manufacturers say that idling is worse for your car than driving, and that includes warming it up in the morning.
Right, right. And there's a lot of contradictory things that the car companies do. For example, they do have a button now on cars where they shut off after a certain amount of time. So if you're sitting at a stoplight, the car will shut off. When you let your foot off the brake, it'll start back up and go. However, they have now put on your key fob a place where you can start it up remotely, or there's an app that you can go on and start it up. So there's a little bit of a contradiction on the ability to idle your car and then how it kicks off. So.
Exactly. Well, they say, one of the things they say is that when you warm your car up in the morning, you only need to warm it up as long as it takes to scrape your windshield.
Right.
Because the car actually warms up faster, the cabin of a car warms up faster when it's in motion. And it's not good for your engine to let it idle. There's something about the soot on the spark plugs or something. So,
right.
Car manufacturers don't want you to idle.
Yeah, higher RPMs will generate more heat to burn off the carbon on the spark plugs.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So, and it's one of these things that people want to make a contribution. They want to reduce their carbon footprint. This is the easiest thing to do.
Yeah.
If we could eliminate all of the unnecessary idling in personal vehicles, it's the same thing as taking 5 million cars off the road.
Wow.
And the other thing about Eagle County, our per capita mileage is twice the state average. Partly because of our tourism industry and because so many people can't live close to town. And so it's just all of the little things that people can do that add up. And I think we just have to remember, we just have to think about it.
Yeah. Now, does the town of Avon for sustainability, do they have a website that people can go to get some more ideas?
We do. If you go to avon.org and type in sustainability, we have a whole bunch of information on there. About recycling, about all of the other initiatives that we have. The bag ban, we're just building our idling pages right now, but there's tons of information. Vail also has information. Eagle has a good information. So across the county, a lot of our jurisdictions do have information about sustainability.
Well, and with all the guests that come here, if we embrace that initiative as locals, we'll pass that on, and that's a great takeaway for people leaving.
Exactly. And the thing is, idling is a year-round problem. It's not just winter. I mean, just start paying attention to it. Everywhere you go, somebody's idling their car, and it's just turn the key, turn the key, turn it off, and then turn it back on.
Well, Sarah, thank you so much for your contributions
thank you for
to
your
the
time.
town of Avon, and then the information you've given us. It's taking bites of that elephant to get where we need to be, and if everybody takes one small initiative, one small step, we're all going to get there.
Exactly. It's so true.
Well, thank you again.
Thank you. Thank you.
We'll be back soon with more Good Morning Vail.
Good morning, Vail.
It's the fastest half hour in television. Toyota's Race Week takes you inside the high-speed world of NASCAR. Go behind the scenes for a look into the high adrenaline world of motorsports and hear from your favorite drivers as they discuss the drive to a championship. If you love NASCAR, you won't want to miss Toyota's Race Week.
America was built on a love for the outdoors. We are a nation of sportsmen, blessed with magnificent natural resources. With broad interests across water and field, we are united in our devotion to nature and conservation. Join us every week for the best shows celebrating the outdoor lifestyle. Outdoor America. Live free.
Join us on board the Leadville Railroad Winter Express. Stay cozy in our heated lounge cars. Marvel at the stunning winter landscape. Sip delicious hot chocolate. Don't forget to check out our new specials. Book today at leadvillerailroad.com.
When you're in Vail, you're in vacation mode, and you need a flexible home tour experience that fits into your schedule. We've transformed how you view and buy homes in the Vail Valley. With immersive, cutting-edge technology, you can explore properties 10 times faster. In our lounge, we guide you through this digital world on a 16-foot screen where you can imagine your next home in comparison to your favorite recreational spots. Say goodbye to multi-day home tours and hello to a quick stop between your other plans. That's the power of the immersion theater.
I'm Amy Goodman, host of Democracy Now! Our independent news hour offers diverse perspectives and unique opinions, often unheard in the mainstream media, live as the news unfolds. Tune in for Democracy Now!, the War and Peace Report, weekday mornings at 9 and evenings at 6 on TV8 Vail, Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. There's more for you on Channel 92.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. Up next, Julio caught up with a local voice actor who's making some up-and-coming moves in the industry.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. Now I'm so excited to introduce to you our next guest, whom you might have seen in films such as Ocean's 8, the TV show Mayor of Easttown, or you might have heard her voice on Disney XD, Cartoon Network, or the popular video game Wasteland 3. Joining us today, we have bicoastal actor, performance capture, voice actress, and ADR director, Francesca Kahlo. Francesca, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today. How are you doing?
Thank you so much. I'm super excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you for being here. You have such impressive work. You are an actress, performance capture, you're a director, you do voiceover, you've done work with anime and video games. So I'm just so excited to talk to you about a little bit of everything that you do and what you've got going on. But I'd like to start, Francesca, kind of from the very beginning, because I know that you grew up kind of in film and television sets with your parents. So tell me kind of like about that experience and how that shaped your career, or if that sparked something in you from a young age.
Yeah, I think because both my parents are in the industry. My dad is a director, producer, and writer, and my mom is a production coordinator. And so when I was younger and little, my playground was their sets.
Yeah.
So they would take me on sets all the time. Like the famous story was my mom was working on Batman Forever.
Wow.
And they arranged for me to meet and go on the set, and Val Kilmer was in full Batman costume.
Wow.
I met him and he looked at me and he was like, "Hi, I'm Batman." So it really did spark an interest in me because I grew up around it. I love all aspects of the industry, which is why I do so much in it.
Yeah.
And it's just a great industry to be in, hard, and I saw the struggles that came with it as well.
Right.
And I think that kind of shaped me too, even though knowing that there were struggles along, I still wanted to pursue it and was happy to do that. So it was a great experience growing up on sets.
Yeah, no, that sounds like quite a unique childhood and quite a unique playground, you know, to be on sets of different films and to kind of be around that environment from a very young age. Now, I know, Francesca, that you also kind of started studying different types of performing arts from a very young age. Kind of tell me a little bit about that process of your formation as a performer.
Yeah, so when I was younger, I was very, very shy, and my dad and mom noticed it, so they threw me into acting classes when I was about 7. So I studied at the Academy of Dramatic Arts in New York with some amazing teachers who kind of brought me out of my shell, and then I kept kind of pursuing acting through theater as a medium first. So I studied with the Moscow Art Theater, and the Powerhouse Theater, which is in collaboration with New York Stage and Film. So they do a lot of new works and stuff like that. And I just kind of kept pursuing it in theater. And then theater is a great background in general to have as an actor. So I moved from theater into film and television, and then finally into voiceover and performance capture as well.
Yeah. That's awesome. I love that you know that you have experience in all sorts of different mediums, different types of performing arts, and that you've done this from a very young age. I think that's quite impressive that you've been in this for a while. You kind of know the ins and outs of the game. And I want to talk about specifically, obviously you mentioned, you started kind of doing theater, then you transitioned into film and TV, then you're kind of doing more voiceover and stuff. But also I think something that's really interesting is that you do a lot of work around anime and video games. Kind of, how did you get into that, and how has that been for you?
Yeah. So when I was younger, anime was like my Saturday morning cartoons.
Yes.
So I would watch like Pokemon, and they had this program called Toonami that was on like after school program where they just showed a bunch of different anime. So I grew up kind of watching anime, and I was always interested in it and that kind of culture. And I also played a lot of video games like Zelda, The Ocarina of Time, I think was my first video game with Star Fox on the Nintendo 64. So I was always interested in that world, but I didn't realize that you could actually pursue it as an actor or in that world. And then a friend from college actually introduced me to my voiceover mentor and a great friend named Erica Schroeder, who plays like Eevee and Pokemon and does like a bunch of different animes and cartoons and stuff like that. So I started studying with her, and she got me into the studios in New York. And then funnily enough, during the pandemic, it was actually a crazy time to be a voice actor because everyone was working from home.
Yeah.
So all these doors kind of opened worldwide. So I started working in video games and cartoons in LA and in London and across the world, essentially, and entered into that realm during the pandemic, which was a crazy time to be grateful for work and all that, but I was. And then I entered into performance capture, which is a big part of the video game world right now. And it's great. It's a wonderful experience because especially performance capture in video games, it's like a culmination of all the work of theater, of film, and of voiceover, just putting everything together and working with your pure imagination. And I love it.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful place.
I love that you mentioned performance capture because I actually wanted to ask you about that and kind of tell us what it is and how do you think it kind of differs from regular acting. I think you kind of touched on it. It kind of encompasses all of different elements, but kind of tell me a little bit about performance capture.
Yeah. So performance and motion capture, I think the most famous examples of it are like Andy Serkis as Gollum in Lord of the Rings or the Planet of the Apes movie or Avatar.
Yes.
But essentially, you're in like this suit that's like looks like pajamas essentially, and has like little balls on it.
Yeah.
And what's great is that it's basically you have cameras 360 and then you have a camera kind of in your face, so they're capturing all your face motions as well as your body movements.
Yeah.
And in terms of the differences of acting, in particular performing, it's almost like theater in the round because your audience is essentially everywhere.
Yeah.
And they're capturing like the slightest movements. So it's also like you have to be a little bigger than film, but smaller than theater. And then you're also like using your voice as well to create the voice of the character. But what I find fascinating is that it's also just pure imagination because you don't have costumes, you don't really have sets, and for video games, like your props could just be like a Nerf gun,
right,
or just like a rubber like pool noodle or something like that, and you have to use it as like a means, like use it as a sword or something.
Yeah.
So you don't have the protection of theater or film where you can use your costume or your set to kind of morph your character. It kind of is just pure acting at its finest.
Yep.
And pure imagination because the sets are just like cardboard boxes or just like ramps. They're not actually built into anything, and you just have to create that world for yourself. And that's both the challenging part of it and the most fascinating part of it, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because you're really just utilizing all your tools and utilizing your imagination to the fullest to create these worlds.
I love that. I love, imagination, creativity, and being able to create worlds that are fantastic through the power of technology and performance capture. I think we can do so much nowadays. So I find it fascinating that you were able to kind of delve into that world as well and do such amazing things through your work. Now, Francesca, I want to conclude by asking you, there's a lot of aspiring actors, a lot of young talent. What would you say to those people out there who want to break into the industry? One piece of advice or something you would tell for aspiring actors?
Yeah, well, take acting classes, definitely. Even for things like voiceover, it's acting is acting, it's voice acting. So you definitely need to continue your studies. And also, I know it's probably said, but it really is a marathon, not a sprint. That there will always be ebbs and flows and doubts, and those will creep in, but you got to keep going. Denzel Washington said it's just, you fall 7 times and pick yourself up 8 times, and that's the only means of moving forward. So just keep going. My mentor always said, dare to fail gloriously, which I love.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to fail.
Absolutely. Dare to fail gloriously. Francesca, thank you so much for joining us today. I loved hearing a little bit about all the work that you do and all the talents that you were able to share with us today. So I appreciate you coming on the show today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you. We're going to take a short break, but we'll be right back after this. Stay tuned.
Good morning, Vail.
Eyepieces of Vail has been a fixture in the Vail community for over 30 years. From designer frames and sunglasses to high-performance sports frames, prescription goggles and in-demand accessories like helmets, goggle lenses, and foldable reading glasses, our inventory raises the optical bar. Visit one of our 7 locations today and see why generations of loyal customers return time after time for our unmatched service and inventory. Eyepieces, the art of vision.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
For fun and adventure, join me on Elizabeth Stanton's Great Big World. Find out where I'll be going next and which celebrities I'll be bringing along with me. I'll show you amazing destinations with lots to explore, and you'll get to know my celebrity guests the way they really are, up close and personal. We'll travel the world, experience new cultures, and together, try to make a difference. I'm Elizabeth Stanton, saying the world's a big place, and I'm going to show it to you.
When people think of world-class destinations, they're drawn to a place that provides opportunities for fine dining, shopping, superior lodging, exciting events, and unparalleled outdoor activities. Park City, Utah, and Vail, Colorado are renowned destinations for travelers and extraordinary homes for residents. Feature your exceptional products and services in these 2 luxury communities. Advertise with Park City Television and TV8 Vail. Contact us today.
Do you love the outdoor lifestyle? Make sure you tune in every day at 8 p.m. to catch Scoreboard Nation. It's an outdoor lifestyle show dedicated to your 3 favorite mountain towns, Vail, Beaver Creek, Park City, and Reno, Tahoe. Join us for an incredible venture. Find us on TV8 Vail, Park City Television, or at thescoreboardnation.com. We can't wait to see you there. Familia, estamos muy emocionados de por fin presentarles nuestro nuevo programa completamente en español, Conexión Latina, que se estrena este lunes 21 de agosto a partir de las 7 de la tarde. Por el momento, el programa se transmitirá los lunes, miércoles y viernes de 7 a 7 y media de la tarde, con una repetición de 7 y media a 8, así que no hay excusas para perdértelo. Te recuerdo que puedes sintonizar nuestra programación a través del canal 92 de Comcast, nuestra página web tva.com y nuestra página de Facebook TVA Conexión Latina. Acompáñanos en esta nueva aventura llena de información y entretenimiento local. No te lo pierdas.
You're watching K34QB, Vail, Colorado.
It's Thursday morning, and you know what that means. It means Ross and I are here on Good Morning Vail in the second hour. He and I are in the kitchen to show you how to make a fun big game snack, or just a great thing to have on hand when you have guests in town, plus Vail vibes. We had a conversation with Trip Hero, and then eyepieces on the move. Robbie takes some of the eyepieces of Vail products out on the mountain, so we'll get a sneak peek at that and much more. So hour 2 of Good Morning Vail starts right now.
Get up, get ready to start your day. The mountains are calling you out to play. Come on, we'll make you feel right at home. Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Good morning, Vail. Welcome to the TV8 Weather Center. A chilly morning this Thursday morning, 20 degrees at 8 a.m. right now. We will see a high of about 35 with a chance of some evening snow showers, some hopeful evening snow showers. Slight winds 5 to 10 miles an hour from the west, nothing too crazy. Looking at the hourly temperatures here, again, 20 degrees to start the day. Partly cloudy, some sun poking through to start this morning before the clouds really roll in through the rest of the day. Around noon, we'll see 31 degrees. Around 4 p.m., we'll see 32 degrees. And at 8 p.m., we'll see 27 degrees with those snow showers hopefully starting to roll in this evening. The I-70 corridor, Eagle has a high of 36 degrees, Avon a high of 36 degrees, and Vail a high of 35 with some chances of snow in Vail and Avon. Denver a whopping 52 degrees and mostly sunny. Going to be a good day on the Front Range. Tonight, low of 18 degrees and a 20% chance of snow with those slight winds coming in from the west. So definitely going to try to see some full moon action tonight mixed in with the snow. We will see what happens. 70% chance of snow Friday before we see mostly sunny skies this weekend. Temperature around 32 degrees Friday, 34 Saturday, and 42 on Sunday before it's 44 on Monday and 46 on Tuesday. So enjoy the snow the next day or two before the sun rolls in. Temperatures kind of all over the place, so be prepared for those varying temperatures. The Beaver Creek Snow Report, 1 fresh inch this morning reported, bringing the total to 134 inches and a base depth of 43 inches. Beaver Creek is operating 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. right now with 25 lifts operating and 157 trails, and that's about 70% of the terrain. We are keeping our eyes peeled for Stone Creek chutes any day now up there at Beaver Creek. Vail Mountain, no new snow reported this morning, but the season total is at 164 inches with a base depth of 60 inches, and you know we're all about that base, no treble. Vail Mountain operating 8:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. with 30 lifts open, 274 trails, and that's about 98% of the terrain open. So we'll see what this next snowstorm brings, see if we can't get a little more open on the mountains, but it's been pretty fun out there.
Yeah, you know, one is better than none in regard to Beaver Creek snowfall, so we'll take
That's
it.
right, that's
we'll
right.
take 1 inch of snowfall, even if it's just a light dusting.
Yeah.
But, you know, Robbie got out on the mountain, which he loves to strut on the snowboard, but Eyepieces of Vail, we always talk about their gear here, so Robbie actually demonstrates and shows us how good the goggles are that they have, so let's take a look.
Well, we just walked outside of Eyepieces with 2 of their new exciting products that we're going to get to try out on the mountain here at Beaver Creek. Well, we're back on the chairlift, headed back up to the top of Beaver Creek, and we're gonna focus on the Murak wave cell helmet from Anon. And this one's pretty interesting because one thing I noticed already is it has this cool boa right here in the back that'll allow you to adjust and loosen the helmet around your head. It just fits so well, but you can adjust it to make it fit even better. So that's one thing I've noticed that I like so far on this helmet. The other cool piece of this helmet is the wave cell technology it has. As you can kind of see through the ventilation, that green wave cell technology inside the helmet. And what it really does is it balances out the impact. So when you hit your head on the snow, it balances out the impact of where you hit your head. The wave cell behaves like a network of hundreds of interconnected shock absorbers connecting to your head and the outer shell of the helmet. Wave cell helps distribute the impact energy through its network of cells and reduces impact forces like the crumple zone of a car perhaps, and then helps divert rotational forces by flexing and gliding. So we're gonna jump to the next product that we picked up from Eyepieces today, and it is these pink protective Anon M5 goggles that are super sweet. They come with the built-in face protection, and I've got this pink lens on today, so I should be seeing pretty well through this overcast weather that we've got out in front of us at Beaver Creek. But let's go try them out. So another cool feature about these M5 goggles from Anon is the built-in face technology like we talked about, but check this out. It's magnetic, so it just pops on and off super easily. You can snap it right back on, right in and out. All right, so if I had to rate both products right now, I'd give the M5s, you know, a soft 10 out of 10, and I would give the Murak helmet also, you know, probably a 10 out of 10, but that's just me. Make sure to go to Eyepieces and try these unique products out for yourself. Thanks for joining us, and I hope to see you on the mountain.
Good morning, Vail.
Are you looking for exciting and nutritious recipes to cook at home? Watch Colorful Cooking with Tracy Miller on TV8 Vail. Tracy brings you the best in fresh and healthy foods for the active outdoor lifestyle. Stream online at tv8vail.com or find us on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. There's more for you on 92.
Think Big features top kid inventors who face off against each other to see who can come up with the most innovative and creative invention. And Think Big, kids acquire and showcase their skills in creativity, science, marketing, design, and don't forget, teamwork. Check your local listings and watch the world's most innovative kids. They create and invent new toys, games, websites, and new modes of transportation. Tune in to Think Big.
America was built on a love for the outdoors. We are a nation of sportsmen, blessed with magnificent natural resources. With broad interests across water and field, we are united in our devotion to nature and conservation. Join us every week for the best shows celebrating the outdoor lifestyle. Outdoor America. Live free.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Hi, I'm Gretchen Fleshaw, host of TV8 Vail. From fashion to food, from film to festivals, experience a unique look at the boutiques, spas, restaurants, and venues that make the Valley so special. Join me for Glitz and Glam. Find it in Good Morning Vail or at our website at tv8vail.com. I can't wait for our next adventure.
Dog Tales is America's premier dog lovers magazine show. This series is all about dogs and the people who love them. Featuring dogs of all sizes, shapes, and breeds, keeping you up to date with all the latest news from the dog world. Sit back and enjoy a fun program for the whole family. Check your local listings and tune in to Dog Tales. TV8, there's more for you on 92. Serving the local community 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. One of the best places to stay if you're visiting or to visit and operate if you're a local is the Westin here in Avon. And one of the best parts about the Westin is their restaurant, Stoke and Rye. And joining us on the couch this morning is Danielle from the Westin. Thanks for joining us, Danielle.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
So the Westin, beautiful spot. It has the gondola there up to Beaver Creek. Just a great location on the water. How's it been going at the Westin and Stoke and Rye this winter?
It's been a great winter. We're lots of activation, lots of guests.
Yeah,
pretty happy.
It's just that prime location, and you guys are kind of doing something every day. It's a great après spot, a good happy hour spot. But coming up, it's a good whiskey spot. I understand you guys have a whiskey pairing coming up.
It is. We have an extensive whiskey list.
Yes.
And this Monday, we have been hosting throughout, but we are hosting our another whiskey dinner, and it'll be this Monday at 6 o'clock.
Amazing. So what kind of goes into that?
It will be a 4-course. And this one is special because it's all Colorado whiskeys. So we're representing our favorite partners, Stranahan's, Tin Cup. We have Deerhammer out of Buena Vista and Breckenridge bourbon.
Awesome.
So that one will be very unique. 4 courses, highlighting we start off with some homemade bread from Chef Angel. We also have our house-made fettuccine and a roasted pork loin.
Ooh.
So yeah, definitely very decadent. We'll end the evening with a flourless chocolate, our carrot cake.
Amazing. And yeah, the bar there is so expansive and so big. So it's great to hear there's going to be some local whiskeys and bourbons, but you guys have so much there, so much more too, right?
We absolutely do. We offer happy hour every day.
Yeah.
So anybody wants to come in and enjoy some drink specials and some appetizer specials, we'd love to have them. We also do Jazz Brunch Sundays, which is pretty different and fun. We have a local, Kathy Morrow, that we're just delighted to have her every Sunday join us.
Yeah, amazing. And the views there are just spectacular up to Beaver Creek. And Stoke and Rye, it's more than just Stoke and Rye, right? What's some of the food offerings that you guys have there as well?
For us, we're American Grill, so a little bit for everyone. So if they're looking for a light meal, we can offer small plates. We have dishes for vegetarians, chicken, fish, a beautiful tomahawk steak.
That's right.
So definitely appeals to all palates.
Yeah, we were kind of hoping we'd have a nice tomahawk steak this morning to display on TV for us. But no, yeah, and we're looking at the website right now. Just beautiful food, amazing cocktails, and not pictured is that wonderful scenery that Stoke and Rye and the Westin have there. Do you guys see a lot of hotel guests come in, and as well as some locals, or what's kind of the clientele there?
Yeah, that's a great question. For us, of course, in the winter, we have lots of guests. The same goes with our summer. However, we're a local spot.
Yeah.
We're in the heart of the valley. We're in Avon.
Yeah.
So it's a beautiful place for people to come that live throughout the valley. And so we definitely are that locals place to be.
Lots of live music. There's a picture of the scenery. Just so beautiful up there. And then it's also, big events like Valentine's Day is coming up. What are you guys doing for Valentine's Day?
It is. This one will be fun. We're going to do a 4-2, and it's a surf and turf with a fillet and a poached lobster. And it's finished with our smoked mason jar, which is our take on a beautiful s'mores. So, it'll hit that chocolate palate.
Yeah, amazing. So if anyone's looking for a last-minute reservation, definitely kind of book there at Stoke and Rye. Beautiful setting again. And can you tell me about some of the cocktails that you guys do with some of these whiskeys and bourbons?
Extensive, as we mentioned before, of a cocktail list. So all of your regulars, but our beverage program, the bartenders do a wonderful job with not only whiskeys, but if you're interested in something from a tequila, a gin, a vodka drink, we can definitely fix all of this.
What's
for
kind of
you.
the most popular drink there that they serve?
One of ours goes back to that smoked, and it's a smoked whiskey drink where it comes out to the table in a beautiful box, and you open it up, and the smoke billows out.
Yeah,
it's gorgeous.
Some delight factor with the drinks there, yeah. And then a lot of the whiskey that's local. You mentioned Breckenridge,
Yes.
right? What's kind of your favorite? Do you have a favorite?
My favorite, I can't say I have a favorite. I am a whiskey lover, so I do enjoy all whiskeys. And when I think about this Colorado pairing, I have been able to attend most of the whiskey dinners, and I really love learning more about them.
Yeah.
I love meeting the people that come, because I've met some really fun people every time I go to this whiskey dinner, and they ask so many cool questions. So then I even learn more, not just from the people describing the whiskeys and how they pair, but some questions from our neighbors and from guests visiting. And so I always feel like I leave there with more knowledge about whiskey. So I like that a lot.
That's great. You can never learn enough about it, right?
Yeah.
What's the time frame on that whiskey dinner? Like how long can people expect for that?
It starts at 6, and you could expect 2.5 hours. But give yourself, come a little early. We will start the evening with the meat and cheese and our homemade bread, give you a chance to meet your neighbors and talk, and then the pairings will begin, and they'll describe each pairing, they'll describe each course. Chef Angel comes out, and so it's a really special experience.
So how do you know how Chef Angel, how does he kind of come up with this concoction? How does he pick and choose what he's going to do? Do you know?
I do not.
It's a secret.
I can't get into that, chef brain, but he is brilliant, and it's always been so delicious and paired so nicely with all of our whiskeys.
Definitely. And where can people go for kind of more information or to sign up and get tickets for these events coming up?
Thank you. Great question, and that's stokeandrye.com.
Yeah.
So please, all of our happenings, all of the details from all activations are on Stoke and Rye, and you can make your reservations directly on the website.
Yeah, and do you know how many people it seats in there? It's pretty big in there, right?
We do. We have our restaurant not only has a great lounge area, but we also have a sunroom for private events. And then this space that we host our whiskey dinners is on a little level in our whiskey room, and that one can seat up to 20.
Right.
So we host events from 150 on down.
Right,
so,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so don't be scared, right? You're going to find a space and definitely make reservations. What else should people know about the Westin kind of this winter or Stoke and Rye?
For us, that we have live music in our lookout, so please come and check us out every day if you want to just have drinks with friends or come and opera. And don't forget to visit us for happy hour after you get off the mountain.
Yeah, it's a beautiful space. Great couches, very welcoming with the big windows. I love to see Matt Garth perform in that lobby
does a great
area.
job.
And then Stoke and Rye is just around the corner for when you're ready to sit down and eat and have a drink. So amazing, beautiful. So we have the whiskey pairing dinner on Monday. We have Valentine's Day stuff. We have daily happy hours and music. So definitely want to get out and check out Stoke and Rye in the Westin if you haven't. Danielle, thanks so much for joining us.
Appreciate it.
And definitely check out stokeandrye.com for more information and tickets. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more Good Morning Vail.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome aboard. Bobby Laurie and Nikki Noya have your ticket to everything you need for an on-the-go lifestyle. Grab your boarding pass. It's time to jet set.
Hi, I'm Ben Belgrad, and I'm the owner of Drinking Vessels here at Bat Country Studios in Minturn. And I've been in the Valley for 7 years. I moved to the Valley because a friend helped me to get my vision off the ground, building my glass studio here, and being so close to snowboarding. So here at the studio, we're acting as a broker for 50 to 100 artists from around the country. We also offer glassblowing classes, and we bring many artists from around the country here to be able to work and create art collaboratively. and be so close to skiing and all the activities we have here in the valley. Here at Drinking Vessels, we specialize in handmade glass drinkware from artists around the country and around the world. Some of these are produced as more of an item you could get in sets and kind of get different color options as time goes on. And some of these are completely one of a kind and really high-end art that's unlike anything people have seen before. While I'm an artist myself here at the studio, I'm representing between 50 and 100 other artists from around the country. And most of these artists are able to spend most of their time working on their art while we help handle their marketing and their sales and the distribution and representation, allowing them more time to focus on their art. That's really my privilege in running this business, is creating that support and providing that platform for this big group of artists that are part of a movement that's very important to me.
Coming up this season on Ready, Set, Renovate, real homeowners tackle really big renos.
Welcome to the ugliest house in the neighborhood.
It's a wild ride from before to after.
If we go to the tile store one more time, only one of us is coming out alive.
Well, I didn't know he was going to do all that. Between the budget and the timeline, it's makeover madness.
Hi, I'm Gretchen Pleshaw, host of TV8 Vail. From fashion to food, from film to festivals, experience a unique look at the boutiques, spas, restaurants, and venues that make the Valley so special. Join me for Glitz and Glam. Find it in Good Morning Vail or at our website at tv8vail.com. I can't wait for our next adventure.
Good morning, Vail.
We're back and we're in the kitchen.
Yes, we are.
And here we are. You know, we talked about Ross's this or that, and he says he doesn't love being in the kitchen. And lots of fun stuff today, but we are talking about fun snacks for the big game, but also just in general. So first of all, big game, who are you pulling for?
Which one?
I don't know,
Which
right?
game?
There are 4 teams left. So Niners, you mentioned
Niners.
Niners.
I'm pulling for the Niners. Got a preseason bet on the Niners, so I'm kind of riding that out. That's the only reason. But I'm really just looking for good football.
I feel like that preseason bet ties into the love or money question.
That's it. That's it. That's it.
Awesome. Well, we are going to make, I'm going to share a family recipe salsa. Granted, it's pretty basic, but it's just the proportions of how you make all the ingredients. So, are you a salsa guy?
Oh, yeah.
Are you a cilantro guy?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah. You know, there is that weird gene where it tastes like soap, but I love cilantro. I put a ton of cilantro in this recipe. So we'll go ahead and kind of get started.
Sweet.
So it involves cilantro, onion, garlic. I like to add rotel. We can use diced canned tomatoes if we need it. And then we also have some fresh tomatoes as well. And so you just kind of blend all of that together, see how the flavors taste, and rock and roll from there. So
Sweet.
Pretty easy.
Love
so
it.
let's get started. So we've got cilantro here. We've rinsed our cilantro. And what we're going to do basically is you're going to just take a stem, as Ross has right here, and then you're just going to pull the leaves off and throw it into your food processor. This will make a pretty decent amount of salsa. So to me, you can never go wrong.
You drop it like this? Is that how you do it?
Just like that.
It smells so good.
It does. I love the smell of fresh herbs. And to me, you can use dried cilantro if you need to, but to me, it's not the real thing.
Yeah.
So we're just going to throw a bunch of cilantro in there, and then you don't need a spatula, but we have one just in case, just do some extra stirring. And then we've got about a half of an onion. So white onion is important. You can use yellow onion, but always white onion. Don't use red. I mean, you can in a pinch, but.
What's your trick to not crying when cutting onions?
So there is a trick. there are a couple tricks. Kevin and I have debated this
Okay.
several times on the air.
Okay.
I have learned that you can take a wet paper towel and put it next to the onion while you're chopping it, because the juices and the aroma from the onion is actually drawn to wet surfaces.
Interesting.
That's why, because your eyes are wet. That's
Gotcha.
why your eyes start to water. So if you put a wet paper towel next to it, that helps. But the other trick to cutting an onion appropriately is actually going long ways, just like this, right?
Right.
So we had the root of it at the bottom here, and we cut that off, and then we just cut it long ways.
Gotcha.
So my eyes are not watering now, but I'm just gonna do a quick rough chop
Okay.
of the onion.
Okay.
Yeah, so easy, because literally everything's gonna blend up.
For the record, I trust you in the kitchen more than Kevin, so I'm going to take your word on that one.
Surprisingly, Kevin is actually a pretty decent chef.
I saw
At
you
least
cooked up a dinner recently.
The way that he chops is probably the more appropriate way than the way that I do it. But it
no
is what
wrong
it
way
is.
to cut an onion.
My mom teaches culinary arts, and she always yells at me on how I chop my veggies. But it is what it is. I'm a home-taught chef. I have not gone to culinary school.
Nothing wrong with that.
So we're just going to do a quick rough chop of the onions. It really doesn't matter like how small you make it. So we're just going to do that, and then we're going to probably just throw it in there just like that. So our onions chopped, and then we add the cilantro. You are crushing the cilantro game.
Yeah, the trick is to go slow and steady with the cilantro. You don't want to, get it too fast.
It's
you want
true.
to go nice and steady with it.
I also, you can do it fast, but here's another fun trick. If you take your fingers, see if I can do it,
run down the
and just
stem.
run down the stem, it pulls it off. If I have to make this in a pinch, that's usually how I do it.
I apologize, Mrs. Perot. I'm ruining your daughter's
He's crushing
strategies here.
Crushing it. So then, so we've rough chopped our onion. We've got 2 cloves of garlic. The skin is still on it, and I'm going to show you a easy way to get the skin off. So you can, or the outer layer, skin,
yeah.
the paper, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the official term is. Take your knife, blade side out, sharp side out, and then you're just going to press it down just like that. And there you go. Everything kind of comes off. You can do a quick little rough chop, and there is your garlic. Easy.
Amazing.
Right? So I'm going to do that with our second piece. I'm just going to take the palm of my hand, make sure that I'm not underneath the blade, do a quick little cut there. It looks like.
Do you ever roast garlic? Just throw it
I
like
do.
the whole
I
thing
love
in?
roasting
Yeah.
garlic. It's the best. It looks like I missed a little bit. It didn't squeeze right out like I wanted it to, but just smash it down. Very easy. And we're just going to put it here, make sure that you don't get that in there. But it's okay if you do, because we're about to blend it all up anyways.
What's your other trick too? So when I'm in the kitchen, I feel like I'm like doing this, and then I'm rinsing my hands, and then I'm doing this, and then I'm rinsing my hands. What's your trick to like get through a full cooking?
Great question. I'm the same. So
Yeah? Okay.
I don't know that I have an answer for you. So we are putting our food processor in. I love my Ninja. I know a lot of people swear about the Vitamixes, but I like the Ninja here. So we're going to go ahead and plug that in. And you know what else everybody likes? And what I like? Kitchen noises. We're about to make some here. Once I get the lid on it here, so it's got arrows, just turn it on, and we're just going to do a light chop right here. And you just kind of chop it up a little bit. And you can see that, and then we'll do a little bit more. All right, looks great, because we're going to continually layer and press the button, right? So throwing the onion in now. We'll do that too. So the next thing, and you are welcome to do this part, we're going to rough cut the tomatoes. So we have 2 tomatoes already cut and ready to go. So what I did with the tomatoes is I cut the tops off, and then you squeeze the juice out of it, which seems counterintuitive because salsa is juicy, right? But if you have too much of the juice of the tomato in it, it makes it extra watery. So we squeezed all the juice out there. And then we're going to go ahead and rough chop everything else there, so it looks great. So if you want to just kind of cut this into maybe like thirds or fourths, pretty easy. Yeah. No pressure, Ross.
Yeah,
I'm watching
easy.
you cut the tomato. You just need to cut it about even like half or thirds, whatever is easiest, because we're just going to throw it in here and blend it as well. But this just makes the processor to get through it a little bit better. Looks great.
Beautiful.
Yeah, great.
Throw them in.
So throw them in here, and if you want to, maybe we can even do a little bit of a smaller cut on this next one.
Okay.
Yeah. So
that was such a nice way to say, Ross, cut those smaller.
Looking great. And you can even, if you wanted to, just kind of cut them in half a little bit more too.
Cut them again.
Why not? Let's
Sure,
do it.
why not?
Let's throw a little extra. Good job. Nailing it. Perfect. Looks great. Look at that. You're a chef. Cooking lessons on the air.
Straight
it's
on
perfect. Straight on in there. So we'll throw that in there, right? And then we're going to put this back on. And you think I would know by now. I use this thing all the time. There we go.
Just
Handle
like
towards me is how you do it. Yeah, I love this Ninja. A lot of people have the Vitamix, but this comes with like 4 different options to, I'm just going to get that in there. Lots of fun. All right, there we go. And we're good to go. So we're just going to do a quick little blend there. Right, so everything's looking good, smelling good.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh,
Smelling
yeah.
great. And that looks good to me because we're still going to layer it. So you're probably going, if you can see, it looks a little bit like pico de gallo right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to add our can of Rotel. So if you want to open that for me.
Yeah, of course.
We're going to do 1. We can do 2. I like it spicy, but we'll try just with 1 for now. And then we also have some garlic salt. So I don't throw my salt or the garlic powder. I know we already have fresh garlic in there, but garlic salt just gives it a little extra pizzazz, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And then just dump that in there.
I love them with the green chilies.
I do too.
This is
I do too.
Great can for
And that's what gives it its spice. You can add, at the end, I always add a little bit of extra Cholula or hot sauce, depending on the level of spice that I want. So we're gonna put this back on here. Looking great. And then Ross, if you can do me a favor and we've got a lime and we want it nice and juicy. So kind of roll it a few times and that kind of loosens it up and gets the juices flowing. But that's gonna be our last minute addition to this salsa. So we're just gonna blend it up.
Smells so good.
Looking great. All right, looks good. We're gonna add 1 more can of tomato. We're gonna throw that one in there, and that one's an easy one. Just pop the lid, dump it in there. There we go. Looks great, nailing it. So good, awesome. And then we're gonna add a little bit of the garlic salt. So I like garlic salt because it's got the salt, it's got a little bit of the garlic flavor. And we're just gonna, looks like a lot, but I promise you with the amount of salsa that's in here, that's not a lot. All right, we're gonna blend it, and then at the end, we're gonna squeeze in the lime juice, and then we're gonna taste it. And we are almost done with this super simple, delicious salsa recipe.
Super simple.
It's a phrase I'm trying not to say. All right, looking good. I think it's time to slice that lime. And we're gonna grab some tortilla chips. I'm just gonna squeeze both of the halves of the lime in here.
I'm a scoops guy.
I like scoops too, but you know what?
That.
I just grabbed what was closest
That's okay.
at the end of the grocery aisle.
That is okay.
They are definitely prepping for the big game. You've got all the chips outlining everywhere, all the chips and all the dips. But you know what? We're just gonna do a quick little blend to mix that juice and get it all in there. And we are done with a delicious homemade fresh salsa. Want to try it?
Yeah, I do. It
Get on
smells
in there.
really good.
All right. It smells like lime. It smells like cilantro and fresh tomatoes. What do you think?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's
Yep.
good.
Restaurant quality, delicious.
Throw some queso next to it. Done.
We'll bring the recipe back from last time.
Yeah,
there we
there
go.
we go, yeah.
Awesome. So Ross and I are in the kitchen having a lot of fun, and Ross is slowly becoming a chef. We'll be right back after this.
Good morning, Vail.
Learn the latest in science each week and how it relates to everyday life. From space exploration to plant biology to the latest in high-tech advances. Every new scientific development is explored and explained in an understandable way. Amazing stories each week. Watch Science Now.
Familia, estamos muy emocionados de por fin presentarles nuestro nuevo programa completamente en español, Conexión Latina, que se estrena este lunes 21 de agosto a partir de las 7 de la tarde. Por el momento, el programa se transmitirá los lunes, miércoles y viernes de 7 a 7 y media de la tarde, con una repetición de 7 y media a 8, así que no hay excusas para perdértelo. Te recuerdo que puedes sintonizar nuestra programación a través del canal 92 de Comcast, nuestra página web tvavail.com y nuestra página de Facebook TVA Conexión Latina. Acompáñanos en esta nueva aventura llena de información y entretenimiento local. No te lo pierdas.
Hello everyone, I'm Raisa Pascal.
And I'm Andrea Jackson. Welcome to Life, Love, Shopping. Have any personal stories you can share?
Do I? Yes, I do.
So even though you work for some good deals, too good to miss on flash deals. Now check this out.
Studies show spending time outdoors can help with depression, lowering blood pressure, and overall health and happiness.
Show. We are feeling good today. Great show on the way.
Absolutely. Welcome to our show. I'm Suki.
I'm Scott.
And we are feeling good today. You know why? Because we had a great show.
When you're in Vail, you're in vacation mode, and you need a flexible home tour experience that fits into your schedule. We've transformed how you view and buy homes in the Vail Valley. With immersive, cutting-edge technology, you can explore properties 10 times faster. In our lounge, we guide you through this digital world on a 16-foot screen where you can imagine your next home in comparison to your favorite recreational spots. Say goodbye to multi-day home tours and hello to a quick stop between your other plans. That's the power of the immersion theater.
You know what? It's Thursday, which means we're heading into the weekend, and we need the weekend weather update. So let's take a look at today's weather and as we head into the 5-day. We've got a 20% chance of snow today with a high of 35, and it is currently hovering around that 20-degree mark. Winds are coming 5 to 10 miles per hour from the west. Evening snow showers are in the forecast. Looking at the hourly, noon is 31, but cloudy throughout the day. So we'll have a little bit of sunshine early in the morning, but then it starts to get cloudy as that storm begins to move into the valley here. We're looking at the valley. Eagle, 36 degrees and cloudy, and then Avon and Vail is where the snow is happening. 36 degrees in Avon for the high, 20% chance of those snow showers. Just about the same in Vail. And then Denver, our sunny sister, they are rocking and rolling at 52 degrees for the high with a little bit of cloud coverage. Looking at the tonight, those snow showers should be here by then. Winds will be coming from the west, 5 to 10 miles per hour. 20% chance of that snowstorm, which we are crossing it as 100%, crossing our fingers and hoping it's 100%. Low of 18. Looking at the 5-day, snow 70% chance on Friday. So that is going to be awesome. 32 degrees for the high, 13 for the low, and then sunshine for the next 4 days after that. It's going to be a warm one, but the nighttime will be chilly. Lots happening. We're getting those famous bluebird days that we are known for here in Vail. But in the meantime, Avisha has got an update on the latest and greatest happenings around our valley. So let's take a look at the latest Vail vibes.
Welcome to the Vibe Report with Avisha. This is where I tell you all about the exciting happenings around town. This weekend is what opera dreams are made of. There's live music everywhere. Saturday in Vail, there's live music at the Chop House, Chasing Rabbits, the Gambit Bar, Revel at the Hythe, Shakedown Bar, Tavern on the Square, and at the Weston Riverfront in Avon. Sunday in Vail, there's live music at the Chop House, the Cottontail Club at Chasing Rabbits, the Blue Cow, the Red Lion, Revel, the Gambit Bar, and at Agave in Avon, the band Guttermouth is playing. Chasing Rabbits is calling all Swifties. They are having a Taylor Swift tribute night on Saturday, January 27th, featuring all things Taylor Swift, from complimentary friendship bracelets to themed craft cocktails upon request. Swifties of all ages can dress up and sing along to her hit songs from 5 to 9 p.m., and after 9 p.m., it's 21 and over. Speaking of rabbits, Momix Alice is playing at the Vail Performing Arts Center this Saturday. It's a show inspired by Alice in Wonderland, and it blends illusion, acrobatics, magic, and whimsy. Check out the Vail Performing Arts Center website for more info. On Saturday in Arrowhead, we have an uphill and ski-mo race at 7 a.m. in Arrowhead Village. You can find more information at vailrec.com. And it's not too late to set your New Year's intentions. There's a sound bath activation for New Year's intentions in Eagleville this Sunday with Yemenia Carey at the Apothecary Lounge. Visit yemeniacarey.com for more info. That's it for this weekend's report, friends. Be sure to spread good vibes around town, and you can follow the Vail Vibes TV8 Instagram for more info.
Good morning, Vail.
For fun and adventure, join me on Elizabeth Stanton's Great Big World. Find out where I'll be going next and which celebrities I'll be bringing along with me. I'll show you amazing destinations with lots to explore, and you'll get to know my celebrity guests the way they really are, up close and personal. We'll travel the world, experience new cultures, and together, try to make a difference. I'm Elizabeth Stanton, saying the world's a big place, and I'm going to show it to you.
Eyepieces of Vail has been a fixture in the Vail community for over 30 years. From designer frames and sunglasses to high-performance sports frames, prescription goggles, and in-demand accessories like helmets, goggle lenses, and foldable reading glasses, our inventory raises the optical bar. Visit one of our 7 locations today and see why generations of loyal customers return time after time for our unmatched service and inventory. Eyepieces, the art of vision.
Good morning, Vail.
There's nothing worse than losing your luggage or your gear on the way to the mountains for a vacation. Luckily, Trip Hero is a company that can help get your gear here safely. Let's check it out.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. Whenever you're getting out to go skiing, whether you're just coming here for a visit or going somewhere else, it can be a little bit of hassle to handle all of that extra equipment. And we've got Brendan Ford here, owner and CEO of Trip Hero. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
You guys
Thank
have
you.
a bit of a
Thanks for having us.
solution for us, right?
Yep, sure do. So we handle the whole process. So somebody's coming in, say from New York or LA, we'll pick up all their items of gear right at their house and then deliver it to wherever they're staying. So they don't have to schlep anything through the airport, no baggage fees, no baggage claim. They get to skip all that madness and go directly to the flight and then directly to the resort. The next time they see their stuff, usually in their room at their hotel or their Airbnb.
And it really kind of skips that risk, too, of a little bit of a mishandling and baggage claim, right? Or if you end up having that transfer, you won't have the experience of you end up in Jackson Hole, but your skis end up in Malaysia.
Exactly, yeah. So, FedEx and UPS are very good. They're 98+% on-time rate. But even like days like yesterday, Trip Hero, we have people in the resorts that we serve. So here, Beaver Creek, Aspen, Telluride, Park City, Deer Valley, etc. We have people on the ground that can actually go get things. Like yesterday, I spent my day in the car going to FedEx to pick stuff up because the Vail Pass has been closed since Friday. So no trucks from FedEx came up, but we were still able to get everything to our guests on time.
Well, that was going to be my next question, because with pass closures and with any sort of inclement weather, that can put all sorts of delays on people's travel. But if their equipment or their luggage has already left, a lot of times it can beat that traffic or beat that weather and get there before them.
Yeah. And so your stuff, the feeling of knowing that your stuff's already in the resort when you get on the plane, it takes the anxiety out of the whole travel. So we'll send text messages and notifications when the stuff arrives here, so the guest actually knows that their stuff is at the Park Hyatt Beaver Creek before they get on the plane in New York, which is a big relief for our customers.
Well, and that can save a lot of hassle too with renting equipment, because that can be pretty inconsistent quality too. And if you have your own gear, it's really nice to be able to take advantage of that. I mean, I know personally, I'm not a big fan of borrowed equipment. I like what I like how my boots fit, I like how my skis ski, and when I'm out there, I like to be familiar with my equipment. And when I've traveled in the past, I've had a lot of trouble, especially with oversized luggage, getting it to my destination and getting it home safe. I've traveled as a hockey player in the past internationally and as a skier, and in both cases, I've lost hundreds of dollars worth of equipment trying to use the airlines.
Yep.
When I was a hockey player, my hockey skates and my hockey sticks ended up in Malaysia, and I was in Sweden.
Yeah, a little far off.
Exactly. So tell me a little bit about how you guys kind of help manage making all of those little bits that much easier and that more and more convenient as you're traveling.
Yeah, so the biggest thing is, we encourage people, again, because we have people at the resorts that we serve, we're the only company that does that. We encourage people to ship early. So during Black Friday, during the holidays, we send out emails to our customer database like, ship your stuff early, avoid the holiday rush. So our guests and our customers will ship a couple weeks ahead of time sometimes. It allows them to know everything's here. They don't have any worries about their trip. They don't have to worry about the snowstorms, etc. But having the people on the ground allows us to not only ship stuff early, but also if stuff does come up, like crazy snowstorms like this weekend, we have people on the ground that can actually fix the problems for the customers. And that's having just an extra level of service, on top of FedEx and UPS already great service, but ours just puts more service on top of theirs.
Well, you guys are pretty affordable too. I mean, for a bespoke service like this, it definitely sound like something that might be hundreds of dollars to get somebody to pick up your gear and deliver it to your hotel, but Trip Hero is quite affordable too. And so tell me a little bit about how that works. Like, do you guys handle, whole families, individual people? Let's say, I'm traveling with 3 kids. How do you guys kind of take care of that?
Oh yeah, so families love it, all right? Especially if you travel with kids, all the ski gear, all the clothes, etc. We have families that ship 10, 15 bags at a time. So the families, it's just a huge value for the families, but also for, the snow chasers, somebody that wants to just go. We actually have storage, so we can store the stuff for the guests, and we'll ship it. You know, they're chasing the storm here, and next time they're going to Park City, we can ship it to Park City, so they don't have to see their gear back at their house.
That's cool.
Until after the season's over.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So you guys just kind of can hang on to it. Like if I was living in New York City and had the ability to travel to Jackson or Mammoth or Big Bear or Vail or wherever I might be, Trip Hero can just have my equipment ready when I arrive.
Yes, sure do.
Don't have to worry about it back home at all.
Nope, just order from us. Have it. You know, we can ship stuff as fast as overnight. We try to get people to ship the 5 to 7 business days because that's the most economical way to do it.
Makes sense.
But if people plan their vacations, especially for ski trips, so when you're in your planning process, just think like how you can get your stuff there earlier. And a lot of times it actually saves the customer money if you're traveling with your big ski gear, etc. Because some airlines charge up to $250 for oversized bags.
Exactly.
Our biggest bag is $199, so we were comparable to the airline cost and with none of the hassle.
That's really awesome. So let me ask you about contingencies. Just in the event that something goes wrong, how is Trip Hero there to kind of help back people up?
Yeah, so the first level of service is like we did yesterday. We sent trucks to FedEx to pick everything up because they weren't delivering stuff on time. So we got it to our guests. But if something happens where the Vail Pass is absolutely closed and there's no way that somebody can get here, we actually have a partnership with a local company, Progression Brands, where they rent some of their brands to us to provide to the guests. So
awesome.
If you use Trip Hero, we guarantee that you won't miss a day on the mountain. We'll get you on rental gear. It's not your gear. It usually takes 1 or 2 days extra if it's delayed for weather. But we will make sure you get on the mountain. There's nothing like the airlines where you're just kind of waiting. We will send somebody, get you fitted for boots, get you fitted for skis, get you fitted for clothes, and you'll get your time on the mountain. At the worst case scenario, that doesn't happen a lot.
And so that way you don't have to spend hours on the phone fighting with the airlines, trying to get some money back because of how much you've lost on your trip and everything. It's a great way to really kind of ensure that things go a little bit more smoothly. Especially with kids. And the younger kids can have a really difficult time with the luggage, with the skis. I mean, even when they're wearing their boots, and they've got all the equipment on, it can still be such a hassle just to get them to the hill.
Yeah.
I mean, through the airport and all of that, to avoid having to deal with the luggage entirely is just such an awesome service.
Yeah, you walk through the airport when you ship your stuff and you're looking at everybody else like, why would they do that? Once you do it, try it. Customers, try it. Once you do it, we don't have 75% of our customers return.
I would imagine so. Yeah. It seems like a really, really wonderful service. Anything else you'd want to tell us about Trip Hero? If you guys doing anything special coming up?
So we're expanding outside of just skiing. So we just opened our first hotel in Florida, in Jacksonville, the Hyatt Regency Jacksonville in December. So our services will soon be offered for golf clubs and for surfing and for beach vacations as well.
I mean, it seems like it's an ideal service for any sort of adventure sport, travel activity, just anything that requires a little bit of extra equipment. I mean, even if you're just going for 2 weeks, to save having to deal with an extra suitcase in the airport, it seems like such a value.
Yeah, it makes everything easier.
And what cities is Trip Hero available in right now?
So all the Colorado ski resorts. We're also in Park City, Salt Lake City, so all the Salt Lake City area ski resorts, and then a couple of the California Mammoth, etc. But focused on the ski resorts right now, but working on Scottsdale in Florida as we speak.
Does it matter where you're coming from?
Nope, doesn't matter. Anywhere in the U.S. Yep.
Awesome.
We do international as well, but there's a little, depending on country, it can get more complicated.
Awesome. Well, Brandon Ford of Trip Hero, thank you so much for joining us. Make sure to check him out and check out their fantastic services for any of your travel needs if you're bringing a little bit of extra luggage with you. We'll be right back with a little bit more Good Morning Vail right after this.
Good morning, Vail.
Show. We are feeling good today. Great show on the way.
Absolutely. Welcome to our show. I'm Suki.
I'm Scott.
And we are feeling good today. You know why? Because we had a great show.
I'm Amy Amy Goodman, host of Democracy Now! Our independent news hour offers diverse perspectives and unique opinions, often unheard in the mainstream media, live as the news unfolds. Tune in for Democracy Now!, the War and Peace Report, weekday mornings at 9 and evenings at 6 on TV8 Vail, Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. There's more for you on Channel 92.
More than ever, kids need information to help them better understand their surroundings and to better protect themselves. Each week, this program works with the various law enforcement agencies across the country and the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, spotlighting several missing cases, hoping someone, like you, might have information that will lead to finding these individuals.
Join us in exploring the everyday lives of community members here in the Vail Valley. Hear their inspiring stories of how they came here, their contributions to our community, and why they chose to call this place home. We want you to be one of our neighbors. If you would like to be featured or nominate someone to be featured, please send an email to danielle@tv8vail.com. We look forward to featuring your story right here on TV8.
Do you love the outdoor lifestyle? Make sure you tune in every day at 8 p.m. to catch Scoreboard Nation. It's an outdoor lifestyle show dedicated to your 3 favorite mountain towns, Vail Beaver Creek, Park City, and Reno Tahoe. Join us for an incredible venture. Find us on TV8 Vail, Park City Television, or at thescoreboardnation.com. We can't wait to see you there.
Good morning, Vail.
What a Monday morning. But before we finish our show, let's take a look at the weather one last time. As I said, it's Monday. It is Thursday. What a Thursday morning. It's a high of 35 today, 20 degrees as we head into the rest of the morning here. Winds west 5 to 10 miles per hour. Snow is 20% chance, but they are coming in this evening. 20 degrees at 8 a.m., 31 at noon. Clouds are starting to roll in right around that noon hour, and then it will maintain throughout the day. Snow showers at 8 o'clock as we move into the hours there. We've got 52 degrees in Denver. Vail is 35, Eagle 36, Avon 36, and then we were looking at that I-70 corridor, looking pretty good until you head into Denver there. Tonight, low of 18, snow 20% chance, winds west 5 to 10 miles per hour. Looking at that 5-day, the snow on Friday, and then clouds through the weekend, and then Monday and Tuesday, the sunny bluebird days are back. So it's a great day happening, or a great week as far as weather is concerned.
Yeah, it's winter in the Rockies, right? A little bit of snow, a little bit of sun.
A little bit of snow, a little bit of sun and ski. We love that. That's what we love. But lots of fun stuff on the show, Ross. It was great to have you in the hot seat.
Yeah. No, that was a blast. Looking forward to the whiskey dinner at Stoke and Rye.
True, and we'll see you tomorrow.
See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Are you looking for exciting and nutritious recipes to cook at home? Watch Colorful Cooking with Tracy Miller on TV8 Vail. Tracy brings you the best in fresh and healthy foods for the active outdoor lifestyle. Stream online at tv8vail.com or find us on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. There's more for you on 92.
Tune into Coffee with America and start your day in the right direction, where we go over the latest and greatest in health, lifestyle, entertainment, and more. Start your day off on Coffee with America.
are feeling good today. Great show on the way.
Absolutely. Welcome to our show. I'm Suki.
I'm Scott.
And we are feeling good today. You know why? Because we had a great show.
This show spotlights the latest innovations to create a greener planet. Join us next time as we explore new green ideas and present interesting green stories, and show you how some people are becoming real green.
You're watching K34QB, Vail, Colorado.
From New York, this is Democracy Now!
There's no safe area. Where shall we go? Stop the war. It is enough. We are drained. Everyone is drained. Children are gone and adults are gone. Everyone is gone and the world is watching.
The death toll in Gaza continues to climb as Israel attacks shelters for the displaced and aid distribution sites. We'll go to Rafah for the latest. Then we look at the decimation of Gaza's economy. Israel's agreed to send millions in withheld tax revenues earmarked for Gaza to Norway to be held in escrow instead of to the Palestinian Authority. We'll go to Ramallah to